Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals. Alright, so today I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, the state capital of Tennessee. I got off my flight here just about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, I want to say. And I rode the bus downtown and walked over to the Tennessee state capitol. While kinda sitting back, relaxing, and taking in the architectural view, I had a realization that I wanted to smoke a cigarette at the Tennessee State Capitol building, that I wanted to smoke a cigarette outside of the Tennessee State Capitol building, which is what is behind me right here. And so as such, I figured, hey, why not do exactly that, and why not make a video about doing exactly that? And so as such, that's exactly what I'm doing today. And overall, I'm looking forward to having a cigarette. I did have a cigarette right after I got off my flight, but I want another one. I want some more nicotine. This is going to be my third cigarette of the day, I want to say, as it is only 10:49. Although it feels like 11:49 to me because I am back an hour because Nashville is in a different time zone than where I'm from. Either way though, still feels much earlier than not, and as a whole, I'm looking forward to this experience. I do suppose, without further ado, should probably go ahead and get my pack of LD Red 100s out of my pocket. I should probably go ahead and just take a look at the Capitol just real quick before I go ahead and get to having one of these. And then after that, I'm thinking I should probably put my camera down, get a cigarette going, and get to just kind of walking around the Tennessee State Capitol building, just kind of seeing what's going on and whatnot. I do think. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get my pack all opened up. Let's get one of my cigarettes inside all out, if I possibly can. I am struggling to grab one right now. And now that I have a cigarette all out, let's go ahead and get it all lit up. And let's go ahead and just start kind of walking around and taking a look at the visual style, the architectural style of the Tennessee State Capitol. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to smoking. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying. There's a very slight light breeze, nothing too crazy, but it did just take me a moment to get this lit up. Had to do 2 lighter flicks rather than a clean one, but overall, so far so good. Enjoying my cigarette so far, I will acknowledge, and overall, the view of the Tennessee State Capitol is pretty nice, I'll acknowledge. I kind of get like pre-brutalist Roman vibes from it, which is something that I really like seeing. I really like the Roman pillars with the sort of flat, sort of concrete brick, and overall it gives a very brutalist yet classical design that I am a fan of, I will acknowledge. I don't know exactly what this architectural style is called, I'll acknowledge, but like neo-Roman brutalist. I don't know, I feel like that's a pretty good niche terminology for this style, in my head at least. I don't know what it's actually called though, but yeah, we got the Roman pillars kind of over there and over here, got the windows, but very flat, sort of concrete bricks, and we got like a clock tower up there or something like that kind of thing. Overall, yeah, I gotta admit, nice looking state capitol. They are doing some renovations right now. We can see some plywood up there in the windows, and they got some fences over there, and they got some scaffolding around and some more scaffolding on the other side as well that we'll be taking a look at as we start walking around just a little bit. But let's go ahead and actually just start doing exactly that. Let's go ahead and start walking around just a little bit. These LD Red 100s, they don't burn forever, so I gotta get walking sooner rather than later. But yeah, they definitely are doing a little bit of construction, I'll acknowledge. We can see there's a crane right there, a bunch of fences. Looks like they're putting in like a new walkway or something like that kind of thing. Not exactly sure. But here is the front of the Tennessee State Capitol. We can see those Roman style pillars once again on the upper floor with just more squared off pillars on the bottom, but they all line up quite well. And overall, yeah, I think I looked up how old this building was prior to coming here, I think I was doing a little bit of research on just how old this building was prior to coming here. And while I don't remember exactly how old it is, I think it's like 1800s. So it is, by my standards, quite old, I will acknowledge. Definitely not as old as like real Roman buildings by any means, but yeah, still a pretty old building. Let's go and see if I can grab myself a little bit of a thumbnail real quick. Hopefully one of those will do. We can see the stairs going up just right there, and on this side we can see more of what we saw on the other side, except this time we see some, like, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 story scaffolding with, I think, a welding bottle on top and stuff like that kind of thing. That, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I wouldn't want to climb up that. I would not want to climb up that scaffolding. I am all good. I know it's probably OSHA certified. I still would not want to climb up it. They're doing some construction on the road over there, hence the jackhammer noises. And there's a little bit of a garden over here kind of thing. Overall, I gotta admit, the Nashville State Capitol building, the Tennessee State Capitol building in Nashville, to say it correctly, is it a solid place to walk around while smoking a cigarette? I'd have to say it is. It's chill. Lots of stuff to look at. Lots of stuff to explore, and there's some flowers down there. Very pretty, very pretty. No complaints. Not too bad of a spot, if I do say so myself. If I remember correctly, that's another government building over there, and I think there's just a bunch of government buildings in general, like down that way and over that way, and maybe even down that way as well. Although, actually, I think there's a park that way. I did walk around this building just before making this video, just to take a look at what was going on and to kind of get an idea of what I wanted to point out for the video. And I did notice a park, now that I really think about it. And it looked like there was some event going on down there or something like that kind of thing. Not exactly sure. There's a statue for Andrew Jackson, and get more jaw jumped up. There's a statue for Andrew Jackson right there, as we can see. Was he from Tennessee? I assume so, if they have a statue of him at the Tennessee State Capitol, but honestly, I don't know. I'll acknowledge. But this scaffolding, this is some big scaffolding. I'll be honest, I would not want to climb all the way up there. I don't have a fear of heights or anything, but yeah, I'm still really not the biggest fan of that, in all honesty. I am A-okay. But yeah, overall, nothing too crazy going on with the architectural style, but just a very classic, sort of American state capitol style, in my personal opinion. Definitely is reminiscent of the state capitol in North Carolina, in my opinion. The state capitol in North Carolina is a little bit more rounded, but it still has that sort of Roman pillar architecture thing going on. And while I'm sure there are many different styles of American state capitol buildings out there, this is the one that is most recognizable to me, I will acknowledge. It's just what I'm used to seeing. It's what I know. And so this is a pretty familiar look overall. And yeah, here's that park over here. Looks like there's some train tracks down there and stuff like that. And I think after this video, I might walk down there, see what's going on, see if there's any bathrooms. I do low-key have to go to the bathroom. Haven't gone to the bathroom in about an hour, I want to say, so. And I did drink a bunch of water. Yeah, I think I need to do that. So hopefully they have some bathrooms down there. I'll find out. Worst case scenario, I can go find a restaurant and get myself a drink and, drink some alcohol and use their bathroom. I wouldn't complain. But yeah, here's the back of the Tennessee State Capitol right here. Overall, looks like the front. Not too much of a crazy difference, I'll acknowledge. And we have walked around almost the entire building. Just got to go around this corner over here, and we'll be pretty much the whole way around, I'll acknowledge. I think I'm gonna get up to this corner up here and just kind of turn around. I think I've seen what I wanted to see. I think I've done what I've wanted to do. I think I've done what I've wanted to done. I'm getting my words all jumbled up. I'm a little bit tired. I woke up quite early for my flight, and I did not get any sleep on the plane, so I'm a little bit tired, but, you know, my cigarette is making me feel a little bit better, feeling a little bit better than I was at the very beginning of the video. Overall, I got no complaints on my behalf, and I'm very glad to have made this video today. And I'm very glad to have, in general, smoked a cigarette at the Tennessee State Capitol building. Yeah, no complaints on my behalf. This is what it looks like from this angle. The lighting, in my opinion, pretty solid. Definitely doing the building some favors, if you ask me. And some flowers out front. Very nice little patch of flowers. Yeah, no complaints, no complaints. I think for the rest of the day, I'm just going to be chilling, walking around, and having a good one. I think that's my plan. And I'm going to go and finish this off. Stub it out right here on the dark concrete so I don't smudge their nice granite. And I'm going to throw my cigarette butt away whenever I see the next trash can I see. Haven't seen any around here yet, so might be a minute, but I don't mind holding on to my cigarette butt for a little bit. That ain't no biggie by any means. Overall, though, I've accomplished my goal. I've had a good time today, and I got no complaints on my behalf. Have I smoked a cigarette at the Tennessee State Capitol building in Nashville, Tennessee? I have. Am I having a good day so far? I am. And I do think, without further ado, it's time to end the video right here. Appreciate y'all watching today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching today's video. If you guys have, like, subscribe, check out everything in the description down below. Until the next one, y'all, stay safe in peace, and have a great one.